Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today, taking flights in the Airbus A320neo in Lufthansa colours, on flights from London Heathrow to Frankfurt. So flight time today about 1 hour, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, including taxiing. And yeah, flying the aircraft out we all know and love in the Sims. So in a moment we'll jump into the cockpit, prepare the aircraft for flight, and then in a couple of minutes be ready to depart. So as per usual, flying A320neo, nothing too different. Should be a good flight today. You can see the weather right now a little bit topsy-turvy. Not looking too bright at the moment, but shouldn't cause us too many problems. Shouldn't cause us too many delays today. So let's jump into the cockpit and let's start preparing. First things first, batteries come on. IRS2 nav, cruise flight active, emergency lights arm, smoking automatic. That should do. 12 power sets. Increase the temperatures. And slowly prepare the aircraft for flight today. Welcome, Fly Guy, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. Right, that's good. Let's turn down to FMS. Let's start programming the flights. So, initialization, going from Echo Golf Lima Lima to Echo Delta Delta Foxtrots. Give it a second. There we go. Flight number is LH909. Our cost next today is, if I quickly open up the flight planner, cost next is 15. Flight level, we are cruising at flight level 370 today. Line the IRS, and there we go, that should now start aligning. Right, next page is the initialization page, performance. There's the fuel truck coming now, so once that arrives, fill the aircraft up, and that should work out rather nice for us. While we wait for that, might as well start programming the routes. While we're at it as well, let's say hello to our passengers. So, start flight, going from London to Frankfurt, 909, 37,000, 1 hour 5 minutes flight time. Departures in 26 minutes, time to finish this. Flying an A320neo with 180 people on board. We have not got Wi-Fi, we have not got entertainment, we have got boarding music. Lufthansa, we have got safety briefing for Lufthansa. We do get snack service, we don't get a meal service. And with that, we can now start the boarding process. Right. Plugging our routing, so out of Heathrow we fly to Delta Echo Tango. Give it a second to load. It's one of those waypoints where you've got multiple selection, and therefore it takes a few seconds for that to pop up. Right, that one. Following that, you fly to DVR, Delta Victor Romeo. And then it's Conan. Following Conan, we fly to Cock. And then it's Mac. Following Golex, although we need to plug it anyway. Right, so fuel's here. 13797. Yeah, so put some in the. Hang on. Do that. In the centre. 13735. So we'll add one more. Perfect. That will do. Hang on, that's some pounds. Need that in gallons. Sorry. Hang on. Sorry. Oh no, that is a pounds. Perfect. Okay, sorted. I thought I put the wrong amount of fuel in there for a second. That would have been very problematic for me. Right. So Mac input that, insert that, scroll down to the next waypoint, and inputs the next airway, which is Golex. Well, next waypoint even. From Golex we fly to Denox, following Geelong, And then it's Lima, November, Oscar. And finally, Unoko. It's going to be you. Plug in Unoko, and that's our flight plan complete. Insert that. Looking good. Alright, let's say hello to passengers, and then we'll start up the fuel. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard this Lufthansa flight 909 from London Heathrow to Frankfurt. Flight time today is about 1 hour and 5 minutes, and as it stands, we've got a little bit of turbulence, a little bit of cloud here in the UK, but as we make our way to Germany, things start to brighten up nicely. Any questions to be cabin crew today? I was always sit back, relax, enjoy flight with Lufthansa today. There we go, so the generic public address. So the brightness, and very shortly be ready to finish off the rest of the aircraft program. Cool. I should also check, do we have any ATC here at Heathrow today? The answer is the Stansted approach, but not Heathrow, so we'll be on Unicon 122.8 for the initial portion of our flight. Over Germany, I do expect to see some ATC contacts. Generally, they're pretty good when it comes to activity, so we'll definitely be speaking to them. Right, let's turn on the seatbelt sign, since we have now got fuel in the aeroplane. Same on here. Back down, back to initialization, next page. Zero fuel weight is 48.5. Our centre of gravity is 22.8. Block fuel on board is 6.3. Looking good, right. Flight plan. Our departure will be via runway 27 right. On the det to Foxtrot departure. Perfect. Insert that. That is good. Finally, performance. So set up the V speed, so rotate will be at 117, V2121, 1 degree of flaps, flex temp is 81.
On behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome
There you go, so she adjusted the numbers because of the flaps.
Perfect.
Transition attitude 6000. Let's get the meta information for London.
Please use the flight attendant call button over your seat. Somebody will assist you. If the overhead bin is full,
Currently it's 19050 knot winds, so relatively windy, not too bad. We've got stealth clouds that it's raining, scattered at 15, broken at 29, 17 degrees centigrade, dew point 12, QNH 1007. It's definitely a little bit of rain we're still with today, but I don't expect it to be too bad. Certainly minimal drops in the window right now. You've got some raindrops appearing, but nothing too crazy just yet. 1007 set. That all looks good. See a few lights in the distance for aircraft coming towards Heathrow. Otherwise, not looking too busy at the moment. To be fair, these days, not very busy at all, Heathrow, thanks to the COVID. A lot of flights have been cancelled, that's for sure. If you ever look at flight radar, look at the departures, it's just red. Inside the airport really isn't that busy these days, which is a shame. Spotting Heathrow on a good day can be very, very fruitful indeed. Right, 37,000, we're at 3,500. And the speed below 10,000 to 50 knots. Perfect. IRS lands in 1 minute. Very shortly, we're ready to push back from the gate and make our way over to the runway. Bet you Drawyah is the best MSFS. I'm sure there are better people than me in Flight Sim. I'm sure there are better people out there. I don't know, becoming a pilot, it's not exactly a cheap career option, so we'll see what the future brings. Yeah, so the continuous mouse wheel. I mean, I've found the ways, if you hold your mouse upside down and scroll on the table, that does make life a little bit easier, doesn't it? Right, 1 minute to go. I mean, departure time's another 18 minutes away, so it's not going to be late or anything. I'll start the APU up. There we go. Quick check of the flight plan. Make sure it's all good. Cool. Bring that back. Bring that back. Zoom in to 10 to apply initial departure left hand turn. One more thing too, which is to activate the predictive wind shear, and also set the ATC, the squawk, to automatic. APU starting, passengers are boarding. How are they doing today? Let's have a quick look, shall we? Actually, the aircraft's looking pretty full at the moment. Not too many left to go. Okay, so about what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 2, 8. There's another 18 passengers left to go. We'll be pushing back in no time. Which is good. I always like an early departure out of Heathrow. So it saves us a bit of time once we get to cruise as well. Right. Strobes automatic. Nav lights on. APU is starting and stabilising. Right, almost there, almost there. Oh yes, and I have also balanced out the audio for the Lufthansa safe briefing, so it no longer shouts in your ear. Before, the volumes were way too off the Lufthansa, and you have to kind of reduce the audio just to get it normal.
We're ready to go when you are.
Thank you, cabin crew. Yeah, so I've adjusted that. It's now much better in terms of volume.
909.
APU available. APU set. A few seconds. External power off.
Please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all traces
what? I don't see a question.
are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
I don't see a question, I'm afraid. Give me a second. Just try and find their virus routes. Oh right, the reason you question come through because YouTube blocked it. That answers that. Right, so Service Germany, we paid $30 for their non-specific announcement that includes Frankfurt. I believe they are always adding more destinations packs. Worst case scenario, drop a message to TFDi design team. I'm sure it's something they could add in the not too distant future. They are pretty good, TFDi design, when it comes to actually adding like what people want, and so additional sound files, I'm sure, is something that they wouldn't mind doing. What career do you do? Well, I do marketing at the moment. Marketing is my main foray in career. Right, let's spread the aircraft for push and start now. Let's get ready to go. So AP is running, external power is off, that's all fine. Beacons come on to that ground cruise that we are ready to push and start. Let's call the pushback tug over. Set the ignition to start. And as soon as we're ready to start the engines, it's just a case of flick switches forwards. And since we're departing to 7 right, we're going to push nose right, therefore request turn to the left. Cool. Let's get ready to go, shall we? Right, parking brake released, engine 1 start. when I'm going to update A320neo FlyByWire when they release the next stable version, which I believe will be 5. So 5.0, 5.1. I'm currently using 4.1, which is the latest stable edition. So I just need to go for the stables.
For an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
So pushing back from Terminal 2 here at Heathrow. So say to the left. Wait for engine 1 to stabilise, then we'll start up engine 2. Oh, obviously the aircraft there is also getting ready to push back as well. The Delta also at Terminal 2. Right, engine 2 start. There's the PTU, the barking dog. Any weather mods? No. We're using default Microsoft Flight Sim weather. Pushback complete. Thank you very much. Let's do a quick flight systems check, make sure everything is active. Starting off with the elevators. Elevators alive. Ailerons alive. Rudder alive. Speed brakes alive. Perfect. We'll set the brakes to armed. Engines still starting up, so we won't turn ignition off just yet. Flaps down to the number 1 position. That looks good. There we go, engines active, ignition off, APU off, taxi lights on. Let's now taxi down to the runway, so release parking brakes, increase the throttle, let's get going. There's another aircraft taxiing to 27 right, a British Airways 780, Speedbird 780 Foxtrot. Not gonna be long. Ah, you enjoy yourself, Victor. Frankfurt, San Fran. That's a fair fight. That you enjoy it. I presume in Microsoft Flight Sim 7, 8, 10. Uh, 738 from Canadian Mods coming Christmas Day. You sure about that? I've not heard anything from Canadian Mods about the 738s. Where do you fly IVAO? Where? I mean, I'm using the altitude clients, that's what you mean. Currently flying from London Heathrow to Frankfurt. Welcome Aviation Pro. My favourite airline livery, I like Knock Air, I like the birds with those. I quite like the original, not the original, but the last Air Canada livery. The new one I'm not a massive fan of. Who else do I quite like? I think those are the main two. Knock Air and the older Air Canada livery. Welcome Lucas, welcome Ted, how you doing? Welcome to the chats. Okay, I'll check that out. Mods Discord page, interesting. I'm not doing too bad. So far, so good. How did I learn to fly an IVAO? Just practice really. Started off with text chats, replied with text, eventually started working my way around voice, and well, back when I used VATSIM, a lot of my early days was actually flying around the African continent. Flew around South Africa with Comair a lot. It's an area which it was quiet, but you did get ATC controllers, and therefore there was people to talk to, but less traffic to kind of get confused with. So it was kind of a case of flying quiet places with ATC, learn the basics, and then work my way up with that. Right, let's do the takeoff checklist. So auto brake set to max, cabin check, takeoff config set. Pre-takeoff checklist is now complete. Oh, I didn't know United haven't been to JFK since 15. So what, did they fly to Newark then? Or what's the other one? LaGuardia. My favourite real life aircraft, 737 or 747. Do I have a 350 mod? No, there is no 350 mod yet for Microsoft Flight Sim. Cabin crew, please be seated for departure. Seats for departure. Right, so hold short here. We'll announce an IVAO that we're aligning 27 right and departing. Also keep an eye out for the British Airways, who was also taxiing down to the runway. Well, that's over there, so let's announce we've done IVAO. Echo in the traffic. Aligning and departing runway 27 right. Right, let's do this. Landing lights set. Increase throttle, enter the runway, and let's get going. Since we're not exactly a wide body, we can need to take the first turn-off point there, rather than the extended, longer turnaround point. Chance of going fast if you could. I mean, to be fair, not going as fast as it used to, now that the main hype of Microsoft Flight Sims drops down. Certainly a lot less people these days than I certainly saw before, but like I say, at the end of the day, I appreciate anybody that comes to this channel, says hello and enjoys the flights. Right. Safe demo is complete, thank you very much. Cabin crew, please be seated for departure, seated for departure. Throttle up, 50%. 1, 2 stable, up to flex. I'll be very careful because it is a crosswind at the moment. It's not looking too kind to me today. V1, tight. Positive climb, gear up. Good. Looking good. Well, quite a bit of traffic here at Terminal 5 at the moment. Very busy indeed. Start our left-hand turn now. Start our initial heading. Throttle back to climb. Flaps up. Why hasn't Embraer been as successful as Airbus or Boeing? Because Embraer are a smaller manufacturer and therefore have much less in the way of finance for advertising. And their aircraft not as, I guess, capable as some of the Boeing. I mean, Embraer do small regional aircrafts. Boeing and Airbus are medium-haul, long-haul aircrafts. And so the E190, for example, is probably, well, E195, biggest aircraft they've got at the moment, which is still a short-haul regional aircraft. So, by initial heading, very shortly we will switch over to autopilot. Oops, before I forget, anti-icing. Anti-icing is very much a requirement for today's flight, so I may already be too late to actually turn this on. The aircraft start freezing over very shortly. Right, autopilot's set. Speed 250, 37,000 at a rate of 3,500. So far so good. I know you missed it, but I said a reason. I said a reason about why. Okay, I'll scroll back in a moment and have a quick read of that. Oh yeah, the cause of the crash is, well, like I said, it's a memory leak somewhere, but basically I've just drawn back some of my settings a bit, and it seems to be running a bit smooth now, Microsoft Flight Sim, so the memory leak is still there, but it's now more effective on longer flights than these shorter flights I'm doing at the moment. Tomorrow I do plan to fly from New York to San Francisco in 787, so fingers crossed that doesn't cause too many problems, but unlike flying over water, there's a bit more to render of the land, so we'll see how it goes, Shouldn't be a bad flight by any means, just a case of keeping out for potentially things that may go poop on us. Right, altimeter set standards, 10,000 feet will turn off the landing lights, we'll continue climbing again. I'll look into the 330 mod. I mean, like I said, the 737 mod is the bit that has me more interested, but we'll see,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. We may turn on larger...
Cut the FPS and alpha, what's up there? What am I FPS right now?
Also a reminder,
Oh yeah, at the moment I'm doing about 24, 25. Although that is out of London, one of the most high def airports in the sim, with thick cloud cover and a fair few aircraft. So I don't think it's been too bad, the FPS. Why is London so cloudy? So, the UK is in the middle of 4 different weather streams. You have you have Atlantic storms, you have continental Europe, which is, well, goes through Asia, goes through Europe, so that area is generally quite dry and quite clear. You've got the Arctic from the north, which is cold and, well, cold and stormy, and you've got the Mediterranean from the south, which is quite warm, and in some occasions quite dusty. For example, when it gets onto the Saharan Desert, it kicks up the sand, kicks up the dust, and kind of spreads it all over Europe. The UK is in the middle of that, which is why the weather here is so unpredictable, why I get so many depressions throughout the air as well. So it's quite interesting to the geography of the UK, especially when it comes to the weather patterns. It really does, well, it gets interesting, that's for sure, yeah. I turned on the anti-icing a bit too late there, see if I can see if we're going to start freezing over. It's interesting, the weather patterns in the UK. Certainly something to do your research into if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Difference between flex and toga. So, flex takeoff, flex attempt, basically you increase your throttle, but it doesn't use the maximum throttle to kind of reduce vibrations and reduce the engine wear, therefore it keeps the engine life longer than it would have been. Toga is full throttle, 100% full maximum throttle power, so basically that is used for short runways on heavy aircrafts, and the downside to, well, using toga is that it increases engine vibrations, increases wear, and therefore it diminishes the service life of the engine. So toga is used to keep the engines running longer while using optimum power for takeoff without being too overpowered. See the water on the aeroplane. I mean, it's just cloud at the moment. Cloud, cloud, cloud. And ice, of course. India also rains a lot. Some areas specific. Yeah, so those are the monsoon seasons where all the rain. It's like the closer you are to the equator, the less seasons you have. So especially if you're on the equator, you don't get 4 seasons. You get 2 seasons. You get a sunny season and a rainy season. And so the rainy season, especially in the Asian areas, are generally known as the monsoon season, and therefore you have 6 months of sun, 6 months of rain. I do plan to do a flight this evening. It just comes down to timing, really. I don't know what time I'll be available, and therefore I'm not going to preset anything too early, just in case. I've got to do a quick meeting with someone at 3. At 6, then I'm going to meet out someone as well, doing a social distance meet-up and chat. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yes, the Antonov 124 that had an accident in Russia yesterday. The crew on board survived. Not quite sure what the reason that was. It looks like maybe clipped a building or something, but I'm not too sure about that one. I'm looking out for the preliminary reports. Still thick cloud at the moment, although it's getting brighter and brighter, the clouds right now. Still grey, but they are slowly getting whiter and whiter, which generally means the light fraction getting less and less, and therefore will be brighter and sunnier. There we go. Quite soon after. Ooh, that was interesting. Let me quickly set the wet speed as well. So reduce rate of climb to 1,500. Speed increase. Yeah, you can see the weather certainly playing some effects on the airplane there. It's always more interesting departures of the stormy one, that's for sure. Hopefully soon. I mean, okay, there's no blue yet in the sky. We're getting close to the top of the cover now. We'll leave the seatbelt signs on a little bit longer. Can you get the camera crew talking mod for Flight Sim X? Yes, you can. PACX is compatible with Microsoft Flight Sim X. The only requirement for PACX is if it's compatible with FSUI PC or XUI PC. So it's even compatible with FS 2004 if you're interested in that, or Explain 9 even. What's about the bug? I mean, I'm using the, what's it called? I'm using the A320neo, which doesn't seem to have any of the major problems that Microsoft Flight Sim has with the A320 defaults. I'm not doing too bad, Weed. How about you? What's up? Not doing too well. Very first will be the first day returning to United. They'll find time for 7. You say 7.6. Interesting, okay. Ooh, there we go. Breaking the clouds, breaking the storm. I like how the cloud layer is just low over there, and we're just caught up in this high bit in front of us. I'm sure very soon that'll start to open up. That's turn on the cloud cover. So we'll be on weather mode, no turbulence, just weather, system 1. Actually, yeah, there you go. So we've got a gap coming in front of us, the green, which is this. It goes red again very shortly after, which is going to be another layer of cloud in front of us. Then goes green again, or amber green, and then starts to clear up as we get further away. So we expect to be quite clear over Germany at the moment. Relatively stormy in the UK, nice and clear further on. Otherwise, so far so good. Passing through 230, 23,000 feet. If storms do start to clear up, we'll then turn off the seatbelt sign, our passengers start moving around a bit. So now looking at Amsterdam on the radar at the moment. Must be quite 8, yeah, 80 is pretty, well, it is quite early I guess on a Saturday, so not really going to do too much at the moment, but we'll see how it goes. See how the flight manages on as we carry on. Can you have an IVAO link to track the flights? Sure we can. Just going to grab the IVAO WebEye. It was down for maintenance yesterday, WebEye, but it looks like it's now back and running again. How come we haven't streamed up in the last 4 days? I mean, I did try and stream on Wednesday, but, well, decided to axe that when the aircraft was looking a bit iffy, to say the least. Right, that there is our IVAO tracking link, so if you want to track my flights, you can do so via that link there. Definitely you can fly a plane in real life. I mean, I have flown light aircraft before, but probably not something like this. Certainly not something like this. Training is specific for a reason. Want to get that sim? Long story. Long story I've explained so many times now. Can you please change your mouse? And what's wrong with it? Mouse is great. I love this thing. It's a Dell OEM mouse I've had since 2006, something like that. You drive trains. That's a volunteering role. My main job is still marketing. Right, so heading towards the coast of England. There's the coast of... Is that coast? Or is that just... Yeah, that is water. So you've got the coast of England. You've got France just ahead of us. So I'm quite surprised. That looks a lot closer. That's a lot closer than I thought it would be, actually. Well, I guess this is the shortest bit between the UK and France. Oh no, it's an interesting angle of that. little bit of turbulence, a little bit of rocking in the aeroplane. Still not looking too bad at the moment. So seatbelt sign. Let's allow passengers through in the cabin a bit. If it gets getting turbulence again, we'll probably increase that. But not too bad at the moment. 101 on CSGO. I've not used CSGO in, what, a year now, so fair enough. I don't get why everyone says that about me. I'm not that special. Got a horrible beard growing. I'm going to shave that off tonight. How do you get to play the waypoints? So, make sure that the latitude is selected. You can do that by pressing down on the heading. You can pull it, which is the heading mode. Push it, switches to latitude mode, and that will follow your routing on the FMS. Oh, I've got my breakfast in front of me. That doesn't normally happen. I mean, I could turn my webcam off. No one's going to watch me sit here eating food, I don't think. There you go. In fact, hang on. No, we've got to do this right. We've got to do this right. If I go to PACX, let's go to... Whoops. Why did that not work? There we go. Interaction. Flight dinner request. Food. Where is it? Snack. There you go. Meal.
Alright.
Thank you, cabin crew. Thank you for feeding me. Have the food review. I mean, it's my mother's... Well, mother's made scrambled eggs. Toast. Oh, God. This has become the ASMR channel you guys have been telling me to do for so long. Let's add a drinking, shall we? Oh, so weird. UK people are so funny how they talk with each Drawyah. I mean, that's just our accent. That's just how we sound, really. It's like, in America, they all have the British accent. In the UK, we all know the classic American accent, especially out the Midwest. You're getting the Cheetos from your mouth. Not even Cheetos, it's toast. Toast and egg. Would a Radeon 57XT be good for FS? It should be alright, Shark. You should get, should be alright with RTX 5700 in Flight Sim. Yeah, the ice unfortunately will be staying on the aircraft until we get towards, well, until we land, basically. Shouldn't be too bad. I am noticing a slight shake as well. I'm not sure that's affecting, well, I'm presuming that's coming from the speed at the moment. That always seems to have some reverse effects on Microsoft Flight Sim. Cruise at Mach 180. Go faster than that. See how that changes things. How many flights were completed? So I mean, in Microsoft Flight Sim a lot. In all sims of all time, a lot, a lot. English is clear. You understand it better than US English. Australian English also clear. I mean, historically, Australian English has a lot closer in terms of ties than American English. I believe Australia was first... What's the word for it? The modern word for it, not the not so word. When I crossed the pond, I didn't use VATSIM, that's short, I'm on IVAO. What was I going to say? What was I going to say? Yeah, Australian historically is a lot newer in terms of its ties to the UK, in terms of British, and the US. The US is 1600s, 1700s. Australia, it's more 1800s, 1900s, when the Industrial Revolution was mainly a thing. Also, one still part of the Commonwealth, the other not so. Welcome, Jason the Gamer. How you doing? Welcome, channel. Welcome to the chats. There you go. As Jimmy puts it in his way in chats. Last name 744. 789. I mean, I'm sure United fly. Is he? No. One of those airlines in the US fly domestically in the 7810 from San Fran to Newark. It's what I'm going to do on Sunday, tomorrow. I'm very sure it's United Airlines that fly 7810 domestically. Right now over France. Welcome, Milbo. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Show graphics settings. I've got a video dedicated to my graphics settings. Otherwise, it's running on all high ultra mix. But I have got a video dedicated to my graphics settings where I go into a bit more detail regarding that. 24-hour plan. I've got one kind of planned. Just in case seeing when and how we're going to do it. Do Airbus still make... I don't think Airbus make TOs anymore. The only reason airlines buy the 200 is because they're second-hand aircraft. My Q7 in my 3080, last time I checked was 451, and that was on last Friday, I think it was last check. So I'll get an email soon with like an update of where I am in the queue. But definitely got quicker now, the deliveries. I might get it within 10-11 weeks. We'll see. Will I fly an A380? There's no A380 yet in the sim, so nothing for me to fly yet in regards to that. Not doing too bad, Rising Gamer. Not doing too bad at all. Thank you, George. Glad you're enjoying the watch. And thank you very much for the subscription. So, ignoring the ice on the aeroplane. So far, no standard departure, that's. So far, so good. No, Brighton Gamer. Microsoft have confirmed that Microsoft Flight Sim will not be out on Xbox until next year, so it will not be out before Christmas, no. Yes, Marvel and Travel, well worth getting. I mean, there was a time where all of us didn't have to fly an aeroplane. The more you practice, the better you get. Tea, definitely tea over coffee. London Heathrow to Newquay. Maybe when we get a Q400 we will do. But again, lack of aircraft, therefore not really much of an option to fly it in. Love 21 to have a business class. Yes, it does. Well, depends on the airline really. Some of them don't, for example, Wizz Air. Make video free flight. What's free flight, Anish? What do you mean by that? Nope. For Game Pass, you do not need Xbox. You get Game Pass for Windows, Game Pass for PC, and with that, you get access to all the Microsoft games. the top bar on stream, this one, is FlyLive Studio. It's a mods used by streamers to get their information on screen. Otherwise, this is what it mainly looks like when you look at the main window. But yes, it's called FlyLive Studio. There you go, at the top there. I don't actually use Navgraph myself, Adrian, so I'm afraid I couldn't give you many. I couldn't give you much information about deals it has because I don't even use it myself. Do you barely really use the 320neo on the Nuki flights? I genuinely did not know that. I'll look into the flight plans then. So at some point, if people want Nuki, I can definitely do a Nuki flight. It'll be cruising like 10,000. It'll be a very short flight, but we'll see. Something certainly worth considering in the future. I don't use VATSIM, Chris, so I can't do cross the ponds, no.
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We will be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in the feedback for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note that we only accept credit cards.
A little bit. My spoilers alarmed as well. So reset that as well. So can we get their snacks now? So far so good. We're slowly about to get to the midpoint of this flight. And so it goes. Cut flying. Still a case of waiting for the still waiting for shared cockpits to arrive, and therefore not yet known. No, she doesn't watch my streams. Oh yes, happy Diwali to all of my to my streamers who here celebrate it. Happy it's Diwali and what's the other one? It's gonna annoy me now. Diwali and I should know this. I really should know this. Deepavali, that's it. Diwali and Deepavali, the two celebrations. So, yeah, best wishes to all my people who support those. Blessings to your family and friends. TCAS standby, shouldn't be. Set automatic. Should have come on. Thank you, Vanessa, for 79 pence there. Thank you very, very much indeed. Thank you very much for the support. What's something? How do you? 21. 21. Thank you, Amuka, for the 5. That's Australian dollars, is it? 5 ED, yes it is. Thank you very much. Love stream, keep up good work. Thank you very much for the supporting channel for both of you. Thank you very much indeed. That's why I don't like eating on streams. It just doesn't work out. Yes, that is ice on the aircraft. The anti-ice is turned on. But we turned it on a little bit too late, and therefore the ice already started forming. With Microsoft Flight Sim, it's better to turn the anti-ice on the ground. That way, it doesn't ice up the aircraft. It's a very, very temperamental system that I do hope they work on that in the future. Country I live in the UK. I live in the UK myself. Right, it's almost at the halfway point now. Oh, my keyboard's back here. My plate is to the side, so keeping everything away from the keyboard. I hate eating on stream, and I especially hate eating at the computer, but because everything just came in at once, I've got no choice really. I mean, I streamed on Wednesday, Aubrey. I did stream on Wednesday. I do plan to try and... I plan to pick up streaming again at some point soon, a bit more frequent. I've just been really tired, I guess. I mean, I've been streaming constantly for 3-4 months now. So, just a case of re-energizing myself, getting back into the swing of things. Alright, that does say TCAS standby. Let me just turn it on manually there if the automatic's not working. Ah, there you go. Even that's not working when I set it to on, so... There we go. That's more like it. That's Tara. Hashtag camera viewpoints. It's like it's Control Shift number, and then you can switch different views. I've got left seat, right seat, overhead panel, MCDU, left wing, right wing, and galley. Got different views. I've got sets. I'm playing this on 16 gigs of RAM, 6 gigs of VRAM, my graphics card. Welcome, Pinda, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. Does my ILS work in this mod? Yes, yes it does. I have sometimes you do get the odd hiccup with the ILS, but most of the time it works no problem. If I didn't stream on Friday 13th, I should have done, what was it, Finnair 666 to Hell. That would have been a good one. Maybe next time. Nah, I don't know, yes, I was just feeling a bit tired, so I decided not to stream. Because I could have streamed, but I'd be forcing myself to do it, which is less enjoyable for me, less enjoyable for you guys as well, so... see how it goes. Good luck on your exam for Monday, Chris. Best luck indeed. Any tips? Don't do it too early. If you do it too early, Patrick, the ILS messes up. Wait for the diamonds to appear on the centre of the display, and then activate it. Then it should work no problem. Also, lower the altitude, because that still has a limitation, despite the fact it shouldn't have. Cool. That's finished. I might go wash my hands actually in a second. Give me 2 seconds, I'm going to quickly wash my hands. Cool, sorry about that. Well, that's over now, so let's focus on the rest of our flight, shall we, including our arrival information. Still no on ATC, so we find this all on Unicom, I presume. Pardon me. Alright, 2.5 left. I'm gonna have hiccups now. Oh yeah, sorry, that's wrong. What am I doing? Go to arrival information. There it goes. ILS 25 left via the Unoka 1 Alpha arrival. There with turbulence. There we go, 1 Alpha. No vias, no transitions. Insert that. Essentially, we'll fly alongside the airports to the north, make a right-hand turn, and come to land. Expected arrival. Expected arrival you can get on the top here, 13:13, or via the counter on the bottom, 38 minutes. So less than an hour now. Less than an hour to arrival. Can you do some evolution on that plane? What do you mean by evolution, GM Paolo? Is there a number in the sim? No, not yet. How does airspeed work? So, indicated airspeed on the left is dependent on altitude, and basically it's a case of the airflow being fed into the pitot tubes right here. So air is being pushed into the system, and inside there's a sensor that determines your airspeed. And so with it, well, the higher altitude you are, less airflow, and therefore lower the airspeed. And so above 10,000, generally, you ignore this. Instead, we'll be flowing this down here, the Mach speed. So Mach is your speed relative to the speed of sound. So most aircraft cruise between Mach 0.78 to Mach 0.82, depending on what type they are, the weather and the altitude. Then you have the ground speeds, which is in this case 481, and your true airspeed 455. And so this is based on your GPS. This is based on how fast you're going in the air relative to, well in knots, but a higher altitude. So the speed you're seeing up here at the top, that is the ground speed you're looking at. It's a shame on PACX that passengers start boarding immediately instead to be commanded for flight attendants. I mean, you can commence deboarding. So for deboarding you can, or maybe, well, drop an idea to TFDi design. See if it's something that they can consider adding in the future. Welcome from Massachusetts, welcome Nary to the stream. How are you doing today? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. Yeah, so JetBlue are going to retire their E190s for the A220s. At the end of the day, the E2 aircrafts, in some regards, actually downgrades to the E1s. I mean, they're more fuel efficient, but they go into less airports. For example, London Heathrow, the E1s are capable, the E2s are not. They've got bigger engines and therefore increase the chance of causing damage to the aircraft landing there. Stream looks dark to you. It shouldn't be there, Moldova. Shouldn't be too dark. Turn up the brightness, perhaps. What do you think? I'm looking at my feed as well. It doesn't look too dark to me. Can you fly up in real life? We'll see. It's actually not commercial. I have flown some light aircraft in the past. Also, we should... okay, we'll start our descent in just a couple of moments. We're actually at 37,000, 120, 37, that's 369, 7, 14, 21, 120, 100, no, 100 and... yeah, 121. Okay, we'll start our descent now, shall we? So, if I go to the flight plan, we need to be down to which altitude? 4,000 for the air intercepts and approach into Frankfurt. So we'll slow the airplane down now to about 250 knots. Mach 0.72 will do. VNAV, no. VNAV does not work yet. If you're streaming, put the bright up to 0.56. Because I'm using OBS, which is the original source for it. So you're telling me to do... Go to brightness. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Colour key, colour pad, colour correction. So you're telling me to do this. That's brightness 0.56. Don't think so. I don't think that quite works, I'm afraid. I wouldn't say there's proper manuals to learn the airplane. You've got a checklist on board. There is a checklist you can follow. But for me personally, I learned a lot of these systems out of the Tolis A319, and that just came with practice over time. Right, start our descent. Let's get ready to land shortly. Tokyo to Singapore, at some point perhaps. SkyVector. SkyVector is a tool that gives you proper aviator map within the sim. It's a mod. I have a video on it. It's not perfect. It's got a little bit of work to do, but it's not a bad tool. This when it works. I've just broken it, haven't I? Yes, well done, Drawyah. I've broken it. Well, you saw it there for a second before I broke it. Try and refresh it. Right, fair enough. You saw what was there. Basically, proper aviation maps that you can use to track flights. So I had the mod, I've done a tutorial on it. Just search Drawyah SkyVector and you'll find it no problem. Greece nice fly. Flew from Rose to Crete yesterday. I mean, I've done Athens to Limnos. It's a flight I've done in real life, and so I know what it's like to fly in Greece. And yeah, in the sim as well, it just looks fantastic, especially in the right weather, right time of day. Yeah, so 111 less than 115, cross 250, perfect. So we start our descent now. Not too long until we get towards we start our actual approach into Frankfurt as well. It's nice islands to fly into Limnos. It's also the if you've played Arma 3, it's the same islands used in Arma 3 Altus. Scarthos is another good one, yes. Oh right, okay. I'll have a look out for his article then, Simply Aviation David. It would have been a nice flight to be on, but I can imagine tickets to that sold at the very fast, very final Tegel flights. I mean, the departure itself was also rather fun as well. Flew directly over Tempelhof on the outbound. Departed, made a right hand turn, low cruise over Berlin City, 7,500, and then onwards and outwards. I do apologise. Isn't the game too simple? Take off, land, stop. Regards to what, Gianpaolo? What do you mean by too simple? Oh yeah, okay, I'll definitely have to watch that video when I land then. Cool. 787 liveries. Just a few. I mean, I've got, say, like British Airways, Norwegian, United Airlines. Just operates that Flight 787, really. The sim really is beautiful. Just look down at the world below, knowing that this is an accurate representation of the world below. All these towns, villages, rivers, fields. Satellite imagery of the real places. I do love this sim. Welcome Speedy, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. There are a few scenarios and missions out there, bush flying mainly, but I mean, what are you looking for in regards to flights really? And yeah, so I use adders like PACX, just add a little bit more variety, a bit more life to your flights. Due to arrive not too long now. Not too long. Turn the seatbelt sign on. Send passengers back to their seats. There are talks of FlyByWire returning under different brands. There are certainly talks about FlyByWire returning. Frankfurt has online. Oh yes they are, 119905. We will tune them on the standby. Sorry, 905. So we'll tune them on the standby, and then we'll get a bit closer to the airport. We'll tune the frequency, say hello, and figure out the rest of our approach in. Let's also get the updated meta information as well. So, 2107 knots. Clouds visibility okay, 70 degrees centigrade, 2.10. Okay, 1018, perfect. So it's not too bad the weather at the moment. Not looking too bad at all. When is it easy? So that's, if I flew as the crow flies, I'd be over the airport in about 7 minutes. Once I start getting towards descent, it starts getting a bit inaccurate as DTA. Because if I flew my current altitude and speed, I'd be there in 7 minutes, but because we have to do this whole approach, it does take us away from the airport before coming back in again, so at this stage, the expected arrival at the bottom here, probably a bit more accurate. Nope, finished all of the juice, I'm afraid. There you go, you got City of Frankfurt just up ahead now. Looking too bad. Yeah, we are going to overfly the airport, falling right into going back over again. Happy Diwali, happy Deepavali to all of my viewers who celebrate it. Many blessings to your family and friends. You all take care, enjoy yourselves. It's a Hindi celebration, if I recall correctly. Celebration of lights. Celebration of blessings and light in your future, really. At least that's how I understood it back in RE. It's tuned to Frankfurt Tower at the moment. Say hello, inform of our approach of choice. Hello there, Frankfurt Tower. This is Lufthansa 909, descending through 140 on the Unoko 1 Alpha approach, expecting runway 25 left at Frankfurt.
Lufthansa 1, correction, Lufthansa 909 at Frankfurt Tower, hello. Runway 25 left is possible. What do you want? You can also landing on runway 25 center on the ILS approach.
We're happy to work with what's easiest for you. Lufthansa 909, where would you like us?
For me it's all easy, but for the taxiway for you is runway 25 center shorter.
Roger that, we'll take 2510 stem Lufthansa 909.
Lufthansa 909, call me back and established ILS runway 25 center.
Does he even have 25 centre? Okay, you got 25 right, 25 left. I presume he'll be just runway 25.
Lufthansa 909, set squawk 1000.
Squawk 1000, Lufthansa 909. There goes 25. Just take the same approach. Oh, there you go, that's perfect. So, insert that anyway, perfect. So it says left. Arrival, -25. Now, I've already set the squawk to 1000 quickly, so do that. So many approaches, so many to choose from. Come on.
We have begun our final descent into Germany. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in a full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat when it's safe.
What will that do? Probably something really awkward. Hang on, no. Insert that. Still 25 left. Oh boy, hang on. Give me a second to figure this out. Could someone give me someone in the chat? Could someone give me the frequency for 25 center? What is the frequency for this? Or 25? Hang on, bring it here, can I? No, it says 25 left. So awkward. 11155. There you go, 1155. Let me jot that down. So 11155 250. Okay, that's fine. So if I set the approach up as a 25 left and basically just vector into that very final bit, that saves me a lot of problems. So Unoka 1 Alpha, no wires, insert that. Please just carry on where we're currently head. Gee, what's happened there? Oh no, that's fine. So heading select. That's fine. So go back to the frequencies. 111.55 250. Perfect. That's sorted. We want 25 center, not 7 left. Wrong runways. So that's fine. That's sorted. Also set the performance page up for our landing. Let's get the weather info. So it's QNH 1018. Temperature is 17 degrees centigrade. Winds are 2107. Transition 11,000. That's fine. Decision height 640. So 1470 approach speed. Take it in from there. QNH 1018, which that's set. I don't know why the frame rate's a little bit choppy at the moment, but should be alright. There's the airport tower right now. So very shortly, coming to land over there. I don't use VATSIM curbside, so there is no slot for me to use across the pond. I use IVAO. Oh, flying over the city of Frankfurt now. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So the weather, actually nice side for once as well. Nice and clear, nothing around us. Should be smooth as pie. Start sending your airplane down now. Down to 210 knots. Very shortly, engage the first stage of flaps. That's one. right hand turn now, reduce knots speed to 180 knots. To be fair, I don't know what heading I'm supposed to be setting at this point. 180 south. With maybe 220 knots. Flaps 2. Nope, I do not use Navigraph. We'll be landing into the sun, so hopefully it won't be too blinding for us.
Frankfurt Tower, good afternoon. This is from the 1246, ready to copy the IFR clearance to Vienna.
Reduce down to
Lufthansa
170 knots.
Frankfurt Tower, hello. Check information Bravo. Startup is approved, cleared. Destination Vienna via the Cindy 2 Sierra departure. Runway 18,
3.
climb 4,000 feet. Squawking 1,000.
Oh yeah, IVAO are very tolerant for mistakes. Especially Microsoft Flight Sim as well.
Clear to
Very
destination
tolerant.
via flight plan route. Departure runway 18, climbing initially 5,000 feet on Cindy 2 Sierra departure and squawk 1,000 Lufthansa 1246.
We're anti-lighting now, no longer require it. Yeah, looking forward to today's 2-hour holding pattern. We've got plenty of fuel. In fact, we actually have less fuel right now than what we started off with when we went to Dublin. That was an interesting flight. That was an interesting one, to say the least. Right, localizer on. Approach mode set.
Lufthansa 1246.
Go ahead, Lufthansa 1246.
Do you have copied the clearance?
Yes, we are clear to destination via flight plan route from runway 18 via the Cindy 2 Sierra departure. Initial climb 5,000 feet and squawking 1,000 Lufthansa 1.
Cabin crew, seats for landing, please.
Lufthansa 1246, initial climb is 4,000 feet, sorry, and the repack is also correct.
Roger, Lufthansa 1246.
Lufthansa 909 is established.
Lufthansa 909, confirm NVIDIA 25 center.
We'll do this by hand. 25 sensor A firm for Lufthansa 909.
Lufthansa 909, roger, wing 2103, 7 knots, runway 25 center, clear to land.
Clear to land, Lufthansa 909. So we'll just follow the guidelines down ourselves, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Right, so spoilers armed, brakes set, flaps set, gear down at 7 miles. Should be nice and simple today. Free landing, hang on. Gear down. Flaps depends on the runway, depends on the approach. Today we are using 4 flaps, yes. Right, gear down, 3 greens, brakes set, flaps set, spoilers arms, cabin crew alerted, pre-landing, checklist complete. Approach altitude set. Has you 7 miles left? Well, this marker here, 7.5 miles. So you can use the ND to check your range. Yeah, let's line for 2, it's alright, we'll fly by hand. But it is set to ILS 25 centre. I'm not quite sure why it sets down the left initially. There's Frankfurt.
And Lufthansa 1246 is ready for pushback and startup.
Lufthansa 1246 startup already. Pushback approved, face south.
Pushback approved facing south, Lufthansa 1246, thank you.
Make small adjustments. 1000. It's a beautiful airport, this. Very beautiful. Committed, we are committed.
60, 50, 40, 30, 20.
Thought they fixed that bug. It's not really great landing that.
5.
Reverse thrust set. The aircraft dipped to the left there. I'm sure as I said in the last update they fixed that issue, but that definitely happened. That definitely happened. 60 knots idle reversers. Exit runway to the right. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that landing at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Germany. The local time is 2:29 p.m. and it's currently about 18 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain
Hold position
until the
here.
aircraft has come to a
Flaps up.
stop and the
Lufthansa
seatbelt
909
sign
clear of
turn off.
runway.
Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination,
Lufthansa 909, taxi to gate Alpha 58 by November 8.
Stand Alpha 58 by November 8 for Lufthansa 909. I have no idea what that is, but let's have a look quickly. Alpha 58, be to the right. We'll get there. There it goes. Whoops. Fuel truck. Right, November 8 is left. This airport is really confused. No. Okay. Okay, presumably it's this taxiway. Well, by the terminals. Going to go this way. There were 2 November 8s taking 2 different directions. Yeah, overall, not a bad flight I don't think. Made it here no problem. A little bit of a shaky approach, but overall, the flight I can't really say too much ill about. So I mixed the wrong fuel truck. Yep, and 6 minutes early, which was good to see. And we had quite an early departure out of Heathrow. Passengers boarded the aircraft in plenty of time. So overall, this was just, like I said, smooth sailing flight. So we'll taxi to gates, do the end of flight report, see how that all looks, and then bring things to a close for now. So I've got a few things to sort out, but then this evening when I'm back, we'll then do a flight. I haven't decided yet. Do we do a flight in America? Or do we do a flight somewhere in Africa? I haven't actually decided yet. You guys tell me. Do you want Africa? Do you want America? We could do something tonight. And halt. Parking brakes set. AP bleed set. Taxi lights off. Engines off. Beacon lights off. There we have it. Seatbelt sign off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Frankfurt. Local time right now is about 2:30. Local temperature outside 17 degrees centigrade. We hope you enjoyed the flight today with Lufthansa, and we wish you a safe journey. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross check. Very much. Johannesburg to Cape Town, a flight I've already done. So flights I have already done in Microsoft Flight Sim. Stellar power sets. APU off. Called the what's it called over? The jet bridge. And let's disembark the aeroplane. Cape Town. Okay, we'll have a look at Cape Town flights tonight then. I've got an idea. See if no one flies it though. Right. Jet bridge arrives. Let's expedite deboarding.
We'll see what we can do. No promises.
And there you go. People are now disembarking the aircraft, making their way out. End the flight, have a look at the report. So, Lufthansa 909, train neo from Heathrow to Frankfurt, 1 hour 4 minutes flight time, planned departure was 20:30, we arrived at 20:24. Planned arrival was 30:85, we arrived 13:29, 180 people on board, satisfaction 95%, landing rate 170, block time 117. Soft landing, recommend your works, landing was smooth, in the aircraft, there's our passenger list. If you'd like to view the flight in your own time, you can do so with this link here. Take a few seconds to upload, but that there is the link for end of flight reports. Therefore, any extras you can find on there as well. Otherwise, there we have it. Thank you very much for watching. So, let's do a stream tonight. Anything Cape Town, we'll have a look. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Leave a like if you enjoyed, do subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you again very much for support. Thank you for the 2 donations as well we had earlier today. And I shall see you again in the very near future. You take care. I shall see you next time. Take care, goodbye, and for those in the east, good nights.